Many users desire greater control over the tabs displayed in the MegaEdit left pane, with some even wishing to disable it completely for certain products. So the tabs that are displayed in that left pane depend on a number of factors. This includes things such as custom role of the user that's viewing the MegaEdit product. It could be the MegaEdit product settings, and it can be the viewer rights or the viewing rights of the resources that have been shown within that left pane. So things like clip arts and backgrounds and layouts. In this tutorial, we'll dig deeper into the factors and learn how to control what you see in the MegaEdit left pane. So the very simple example product we've got up here is showing essentially the default left pane for a fairly well fleshed out product, so where there are resources associated with the product. So shown here is the default configuration of the left pane with most resource types included in the MegaEdit product. Tabs will generally be hidden until their content is required. For example, you won't see clip art, backgrounds, or layouts unless those assets are relevant to this particular MegaEdit product. It's important to note that when viewing a MegaEdit product as an administrator, you will always see the MegaEdit left pane, regardless of the configuration options discussed here. This applies even when emulating what the user sees. The only way to gain a true user representation of the experience with the MegaEdit left pane is to log in as that user and then access the product. So what we're going to do to begin with is start disabling unwanted tabs. And we do this by going to Menu and then to Product Options. Now remember that any of these options which are below the admin product options will not be seen by your end users. Scroll down this long list of options until you find a section called Left Pane. And then we're going to uncheck a few of these options. So we can say Layout tab. So this toggles the display of the Layout tab, which allows pre-specified page element configurations. We can uncheck the Gallery tab. Now this is also linked with the Compute Hide Gallery tab. So this kind of hides it based on scenario. This is sort of a catch-all, show or hide the gallery tab. So the gallery tab allows users to upload and select imagery from their user albums. And we can also disable or hide the drawing tools, so it will get rid of those as well. Now what we also have on here is a tab display order. So administrators have the ability to control the order in which tabs are displayed on that left pane. So it's quite simple to place you just place the tab name followed by a colon and then an ID number of its position. And then you separate those different entities with a comma delimited format. So for example, you can see in here already, we've got this section here, which looks at, zoom in slightly, which looks at the custom tab, and that's the 0 position. Then there's a comma delimit, fields, that's position 1, gallery position 2, and so on. And you can reorder this or recreate it as you see fit. So bear in mind that simply removing entries from here will not cause the tabs to disappear. Scrolling a bit further down to the styling features. So this section allows direct toggling of many of those MegaEdit left pane tabs. So first off, we're going to look at the toggle tools tab. So I can turn those off. Toggle fields tab. And toggle pages tab. And again, you can amend this configuration as you like if you want certain pages to be displayed. Once you've completed that configuration, click Save, and you'll see immediately that a lot of these tabs disappear. However, if you want to make sure you've got the absolute up-to-date experience, click on the button which comes up saying Reload Now. So as we can see, the majority of those tabs have now been removed from the left pane. The remaining tabs are those associated with resources we have within this particular MegaEdit product. So in this example, we have some clip arts and we have some backgrounds specified, so their tabs do remain. Any resources, such as clip arts, have to be created with either admin only or admin and user access rights. As such, when logged in as an administrator, you will always see these tabs. So I'm just going to quickly click on Emulate User Mode under the menu. So Emulate User Mode allows you to interact with the product the same way your end user was. However, please do note that even when using the emulation mode inside MegaEdit, the admin tabs will still persist. Okay, so a large factor in the content shown within the MegaEdit left pane is the admin status of the associated resources. Now in this example, we're just going to navigate to our MegaEdit categories, which is within MegaEdit General Data, Clip Art categories, and then I've got a list of them here. So this is going to focus on clip art categories, but the same kind of logic applies to most of the resources within MegaEdit. So you'll see this column here, show only for admins. If that's set to true, those resources and their associated tabs in the MegaEdit left pane will be hidden from general users. If this is set to false, users will see and can interact with those resources. And you can switch the status of those either when you add a new record, or if you want to edit an existing one, click on Edit, change the checkbox, and click Update. Here we've set up a few basic examples to show how these configurations of settings might impact what your end user sees when accessing your MegaEdit product. So just to clarify here, we are logged in as the end user with no administrator rights at this particular stage. All of the following MegaEdit editor windows are viewed from the user perspective. So our first example here, here we've not modified the product options to hide certain tabs. So you can see we can still see the majority of the tabs, and the resources are set to be accessible to both administrators and general users. So as we can see there, a range of tabs are available on the left pane, and this includes tabs such as clip arts and backgrounds, which contain those artwork resources. Moving on to example 2, here the tab toggles in the product options have been modified to hide all of the available tabs from that configuration. You can see that we're only left with our resources tabs. As artwork resources are accessible to users and administrators in this particular example, those tabs are still visible. Example 3 has the default tab configuration and admin-only resources. So here we have the default selection of tabs, so you can still see some of the default tabs such as fields and tools. However, the resource tabs are not being displayed to the end user, and that is because those resource tabs, such as clip art, are set to admin only. Our fourth example has the modified tab configuration and admin-only resource sets. As all of the tabs are now disabled, the left pane is no longer required and is completely hidden from view for the end user, so they're not even able to access an empty version of the frame. Now, example 5 goes into this in a bit more detail. So this is a product created from an invent source. It's got the modified tab configuration, so you can see most of our tabs have been hidden. And this time the resources are set to be accessible to all users, so admin and general users. So most tabs have been hidden with those product options. However, we still see those resource tabs as they are accessible for the end user. This invent product was set up utilizing a form. As a result, resources can be switched from 2 different locations using this product configuration. So we can change the clip art, for example, over on the left-hand side, or we can add new resources, new clip arts. And we can change our existing clip art over on the right-hand side as we set that up in a previous form. And then finally, example number 6, and we'll see this configuration quite a lot from customers. So this again is from an invent product, but now we've got it where we've modified the tab configuration, so we're not showing any of the general tabs, and our resources are set to be admin-only resources. Now again, this was an example created using Invent. The left pane is completely hidden as there are no active tabs. So the product options are set to hide all the tabs and the resources are set to admin only. However, despite being set as admin only, resources can still be switched using the pre-configured Invent form over on the right-hand side, which is linked to a resource set inside Invent itself. So this is a great way to actually display your products if you're utilizing Invent or the form builder inside MegaEdit itself. You can completely get rid of the left pane inside MegaEdit and allow users just to control things in the way you want them to change things.